Join Director Doug as he spans the globe by sea, by land, and air to bring you the best of Figures in Action! Welcome to Figures in Action. This is Director Doug and
David Balo from Fresno City College.
Fresno City College, you know, the most highly acclaimed academic institution this side of the galaxy.
The event is International Tabletop Day. There's actually events going on around the world today. And here in Fresno, this is our event where we're hosting people in the community that just want to come together and play board games.
This is amazing. So you said international. How did all this begin?
Will Wheaton, who is a pop culture superstar, I suppose, has a show on YouTube called Tabletop. He invites his celebrity friends on and they play board games. This has spawned a board gaming renaissance, as it were. He's not solely responsible, but he certainly has popularized it. He, starting 3 years ago, decreed that at the beginning of April we would have International Tabletop Day. And it really was just an excuse to get together with friends, family, the community, to get down, play some games face to face, and enjoy one another's company.
Well, that's great, and the footage of that is exactly what's happening today. And how many people would you guesstimate are actually involved in this activity?
Here in Fresno, we're going to have 150 to 200 people through here today. We have an active gaming community here in Fresno. Across the world, there's events happening in 90 different countries. So this is a worldwide phenomenon. This isn't limited to just Fresno and the United States.
Well, you know, anybody telling us that, we may not believe him, but you are a physics professor here at Fresno City College, and you are detail-oriented, and we know that what you speak is the truth, and we're happy to have you here to tell us all about it. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
This young lady is the owner of Crazy Squirrel. Am I right?
Yeah, I am the owner of Crazy Squirrel with my husband, Scott.
And what are your names?
I'm Jennifer Ward. My husband is Scott Martin.
Well, tell us what Crazy Squirrel is. In other words, it is a gaming store, but it's got to be a lot more than that, judged by this event.
It is primarily a gaming store, but we also have a big open game room. One reason we're running today at City College is that we have a big event going on at the store as well. We deal in analog board games. We don't have anything electronic in the store, and we run tournaments and game nights, and we just love gaming, and we want to get everybody else into it as well.
So you're electricity free. Well, that's different in today's world. How long have you had the store, and tell us where they can find out about Crazy Squirrel?
We actually turned 5 this October. We're very excited. We're going to have a giant squirrel-anniversary party. We're on Bullard, just east of Fresno Street. It's at 464 East Bullard, Suite 105.
Do you have a website?
We do. You can go to crazysquirrelgamestore.com, or you can go to Facebook/Crazy Squirrel Game Store. We try to keep those updated as often as we can so that people know what events are going on, if we're doing any sales or anything like that.
Well, you're basically keeping me off the street and giving my mind something to do, and a lot of people are benefiting by your endeavor, you and your husband, and thank you for representing Fresno in a good, wholesome way.
Oh, well, you're quite welcome. We are more than happy to do that.
Well, hi, and you are?
I'm Stacy Lang from Fresno Board Gamers.
Well, Stacy, tell us about what this game is we're looking at here.
This is called Legendary. It's a cooperative game, which means everybody's working together. They're working together to save the city from whatever supervillain has attacked it, and they take on the role of superheroes, basically, and they buy superheroes. It's a deck-building game, and then over time they try to work together to defeat all the villains that are coming out to destroy the city and the main evil mob. And I don't know, this time the Doombots are trying to take over the city, so they're trying to stop that. So this is better as a 4-player game. If 5-6 players is kind of heavy.
And how long does a game like this take? A couple of weeks, days, hours?
This one will probably take a good hour or two. Sometimes if you've got gamers that know what they're doing and you don't go over 4, you can probably get it done in a straight hour. And we've got new people in here, so it'll take a little longer.
Well, that's great. A lot of people here and time well spent. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, Director Doug here, and I am looking at something the far side of some galaxy. Sir, tell us who you are and what I'm looking at here.
My name is Keith Clement, and I'm a professor at Fresno State University, and this is a game called Warhammer 40K. And it is set in the futuristic far future, and there's an alien race in the green over there called the Necrons, and they are attacking today against a group of Space Marines by Crimson Fist and Raven Guard. And this is a very large game as far as points are concerned. Usually these games are about half of the size of this type of a game. Usually there's lots of terrain and buildings and ruins and stuff, but this is just a flat field. So this is going to be a very short game.
But there are a lot of things here. Now, are these yours? You make them, paint them?
You buy and then you build and then you paint them to various degrees of painting. I'm not a particularly good painter, so I'm only looking so that I can see which are my guys and they're the distinctive blue.
Well, how many, to interrupt you, but I'm just amazed at this. How many players do we have and how many do you have to play a game?
I have an army of several hundred figures, and I'm sure that Chris has the same. And then we have lots of vehicles and fortifications and all sorts of stuff. It's very
Ever counted them?
I have about 15,000 points for those that count them, but I don't know in terms of number of actual models. What do you think? 200 or 300 each, maybe? Yeah.
200 or 300 each between you and Chris. Well, let's walk over. Chris, why don't you come over here and tell us a little about your side of the story. And thank you, sir, for your help. And here we are with Chris.
So I play the Necrons, which is an ancient civilization, and we were around before everybody else. So we are upset that this human race went ahead and colonized one of our planets, and we're coming back to go ahead and try and retake it.
And are you going to continue doing this? Do you have a lot of fun?
Oh yeah, me and my wife play together. Unfortunately, she's at work. But it's a hobby that we both enjoy. It's very soothing. We enjoy the painting, the putting the models together, the modification to kind of make it your own. And it's something I've been playing for probably about 8 years now.
Well, a family that plays together, stays together, and thank you for your time.